everybody, this is Tara, and it is June 25th. It's coming up to the very end of June 2011, and things are getting pretty exciting around here. What I wanted to do this week with you is talk about abundance. Abundance means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. Some people live with a lot of abundance in the negative aspects of life. They just can't seem to get around the corner. They just can't seem to climb up that ladder. They just can't seem to make the ends meet, living paycheck to paycheck, or finding themselves bogged down with what society has to offer us for entertainment and news, and it gets a little extreme. Any of you that are friends with me on my Facebook, you know that I will post some stuff that's a little bit hard. But I want you to know it's only to inform you. It's not to bog you down with worry. I've been reading the book Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, and I've been doing a 90-day challenge also with Kirk Nugent, and I've been doing this for a while in my life, is manifesting abundance. I used to be able to be I was really good at manifesting stuff I didn't want, and I had it abundantly. I was really good at it for a really long time. So I'm not talking about manifesting negative things. I want to talk about how we can turn that power we have to manifest the negative things into a power to manifest positive things, whether it be money or anything. You want to manifest an abundantly healthy body. How do we go about that? I just recently did a 30-day juice challenge, or raw food juice challenge, and that was very successful here. We ended up losing a total of 41 pounds between me and my daughter. It was phenomenal. We've done pretty good since then. We haven't lost any more weight, but we haven't gained a lot either, so that's really good, because it's very hard to come off that kind of thing and re-enter food in a regular way and not put on some weight. But we've done pretty good. But besides that, let's not talk about that. That juice fast is over. That's another section. What I want to talk about is today, I want to talk about financial abundance. I know that there's a lot of news, and if you are intelligent and you look at some of the things that are out there, you understand that there are definitely forces beyond ourselves that are working very hard to destroy the American dollar. And they're doing it. It's happening. What I want to talk about is how you can survive that and live a life of abundance and not have such a negative attitude about money. You know the old saying, the rich get richer, the poor get poorer? Well, it's true. And it's not true for the reasons that you may think. The rich get richer for the same reasons the poor get poorer. But they use their mindset in a different way. If you are constantly thinking about the have-nots or what you don't want, you're using the same tool that the rich are using to manifest abundance, but you're just bringing in bad things. I was very good most of my life at creating negative abundance. Very good at it. I was talking to my daughter the other day, and when I was younger I wanted to be an actress, and I remember we started talking about cathedrals in New York, and she said, have you ever been to St. Patrick's? And I said I went once for a go-see. I stood online in 3 hours in the middle of August to be an extra in the movie Turk 182. And I didn't get the part, of course. I didn't get even called, and there was no go-see, call back, nothing. And I explained to her, I said, in those days, when I was younger, when I met negativity, I met it like a loser meets negativity. I hated being rejected so much, I stopped putting myself in a position to be rejected at all. Rich people, or people that live and manifest abundance or have really spiritual lives, and they take the negativity and they use it as a catalyst to project them to the higher level instead of allowing it to keep them down. So it's really important to watch your words and watch what you think about. If I'm going to think about severely negative things that are going on, or if I'm going to focus on the stuff that I'm not loving in my life, then that's all I'm going to get more of. The other day, because I'm in the process of really creating some huge wealth, and I stopped working for a paycheck because I realized that I was trading all of my time to make some money, to pay my taxes, and then using the rest of the money to pay my bills, which in general are more taxes because they're public utilities. You know, I don't have cable TV, I have internet, and telephone because I run my business, and I enjoy the internet because it helps you manifest, and you can see what's going on, and you can get more truth out of the internet than you can off your TV. I know what the TV does. I know what happens to me. I go to someone's house and they have a TV on. I'm like, oh, good thing I don't have one in my house. But the other bills are all utilities. They're all utilities that you are required to have in a lot of states that just take up your check. So I quit back in February. You all know that. And I decided to focus on what really makes me happy and help me create abundance in my life with what makes me happy, so that I can live an abundant life, a wealthy life, and pursue my passions and get on to creating the life that I really want. And so I changed my attitude a few years ago, actually, about paying bills. I got excited about paying bills. I got a bill in the mail and I said, yes. I'm so excited. I remember talking to a guy, he was my boss, and he was a really rich man, and he said, oh, he used to complain about the taxes he had to pay, which I know the truth now, and he used to complain about the unemployment insurance he had to pay for his employees, and the maintenance on the property that created wealth for him. And I say, I'll take your bills any day. I'll take your bills any day. And I really believe that. So, I'm kind of rambling, but I want to get this video done and I want to get it out. We are what we focus on. And I'll prove it to you from something that happened to me this week. I got a notice on my door. Somebody showed up, didn't even knock on the door because I was sitting right here. I left a notice from my cable internet service saying, you have 1 day, and if you don't pay this, you're getting shut down. And I said, oh my gosh. I was like, oh my gosh. So immediately I was like, uh-oh. Because I do a landscaping business, an edible landscaping, organic landscape business, and I get paid when I get paid. It's not like a paycheck. You get paid when you get paid. And I have not received a few of the accounts payment, and what I have received went straight out to bills as soon as I got it. So I was like, whew, how am I going to get this? How is this going to happen? And I said, oh, don't worry about it. And I just wiped it out of my mind, the worry part, and said, I have no doubt that by the time this time tomorrow, I'll have that money and I'll be able to go right down there and make sure it's paid so that I can continue to promote my business on the internet and continue to receive phone calls if somebody wants to find out about my services. Because how the heck are you going to create business if I just put out flyers? They can't call me. Oh my gosh. So I've got to not focus on the negative part or the scary part of that, because the scary part of that would have been, I would have had to get a paper cell phone. I would have had to go to the library and hope that I could get on all my on my blog and my website and my Facebook page to change the phone number, and just let go of the flyers I handed out and just let it go and just hope that nobody actually called. And why would I do that? That's insane. That's insane to hope that nobody actually calls because of the flyers. Well, what did I print it for? What did I take the gasoline to go drive and bring it to people's doors? And that was not I knew immediately that was not the right way to think. So I just said, well, the way to think is I know it will be provided, because I know that the universe and the source and God is working with me to promote my passions. And I can choose what I want by using my mind to show the world what I'm thinking about is what I want. So I let it go. And the next day I had $150 in my hand and I went straight down there, and I was really happy to pay that bill. I wasn't mad that I could use that money for making more flyers. I wasn't mad I was happy. So when we create what we want, today and this time, it manifests so quickly. It's so fast. I remember last year I did a 21-day no complaint challenge, and it went really well. And it's hard not to do that. I have to say that it takes dedication, tenacity, and discipline not to complain. Because sure as what you think is what it is. So I've been pretty good about doing that, and it's funny, every time that I really consciously decide I'm not going to focus on the negative aspect of it, I'm going to focus on my faith, it pulls through. And I have a lot of really beautiful people out there, people I really, really love, that are constantly in turmoil and having an abundance of negativity in their life. And I notice how they pray, and I try to tell them, but I can't tell them everything. You can lead the horse to the water, but if the horse don't know how to bend its head down and drink the gift of life, then it's nothing you can do. So I want to encourage everybody to really focus on what you're thinking. If you notice my office here, me and Sarah decided, well, we were getting really cluttered, and I think it was hurting obviously I know it was hurting our karma. And we decided to get it really straightened up and get things a little bit more organized and make things prettier, and eliminate negativity in the room. So how do you do that? You get rid of the dust, you get rid of the extra things, you make sure that your bills are piled in the, let me see if I can show you here. Over there on the top shelf there, right there, on the very top are the bills that are due. And you can see it's pretty thin, which is nice. On the calendar I write due, and then as soon as they're paid, I write paid. And then down here on the bottom, we see the white rock and the pink thing. Those are bills that are paid. I keep the bills that are paid pile deep. I save them for a long, long, long time. And then when I'm done with that, I go ahead and file them. Bills that are paid. Bills that are not paid, real small, real thin. I get rid of the envelope so it's not bulky up there. All that stuff. Your perception, what your mind is cluttered with, if you look over and all you see is bills and the envelopes that the bills go in, and you have a negative attitude about paying bills, or you have a negativity about spending your money to keep your water on and your electric going, that really will hurt you. And you will find yourself, all your bills will be clustered and they will be painful. If you keep them nice and neat, you put down when they're due. If you've got to make arrangements with anybody, get on the phone and make the arrangement and write the new due date. Do what you've got to do. Do it happily. Do it with joy. If they're coming to take your car and you can't afford it, call up the company and find out how do you voluntarily give it back. It is different on your credit report if that's important to you. If that's important to you, it is going to make a difference on your credit report. A forced repo and a voluntary relinquish is a completely different thing on your report. I'm not sure what the points are going to be, but it's going to look different. I'm going to talk about, this week we're going to talk about a lot, but today I definitely want to focus on money and how to create abundance, and whether or not the dollar falls, it doesn't matter. Are you going to be abundant? You're going to have enough food? Have you created a way to alternately get energy? What if the price of oil really goes out the roof and your electric bill triples? It's happening in Tampa. There are people that used to, as a matter of fact, my daughter's friend, she had a house in Clearwater, which is another county than Tampa, but Tampa controls the water system right there. And she couldn't afford to pay her water bill anymore. One day she came home, she picked up the water bill, it was $1,500. $1,500 from like a $50 or $100 water bill. How can that be justified? That's what happened. She had to sell her house and move into an apartment. What could have been done? I don't even know. I think that she handled it the best way, and she's pretty happy where she's at. But it's a family home. This house, she lived in it forever, and her child grew up in it. And wow, what are you going to do when that happens? I would have hoped that maybe that they had dug a well. Even a small well. Rain barrels, stuff like that. Preparation loves victory. So what you gotta do, or what I'm suggesting, you don't gotta do anything. I hate that I said. I'm gonna stop saying what you gotta do, because this is about giving advice, not giving orders. You need to, I did it again, that's so cute. We need to focus on what it is we want, write it out, be specific. Be specific. Everything that you want, from money to vacations to men to women to your level of comfort, amenities, food, animals, friends, spirituality, everything. And really be specific and focus on it that way, as if you already have it. Get some faith. Start practicing small manifestations, because then your faith will build and you'll get more confidence and you'll keep going. There's one way in The Secret that person had started using, and it really does work, and I really enjoy using it because it makes you feel magical. He practiced getting the best parking spot he could get. And when he went and pulled into a parking spot where someplace he had to go, and he would say, I'm going to get the perfect parking spot. It was a really hot day, he would get a shaded spot. If it was raining, he got a spot right next to the door. And he said it worked better and better every time he manifested. And eventually, he just always parked wherever he wanted, because it always was working that way. Could you imagine just starting that small? That's where we got to start sometimes. Sometimes we're so bogged down with the negativity, the bad, forget about it. Forget about it. Just put it away. Use it as a lesson. Mark it away and realize I am really powerful at manifesting things in my life. I just really used it to manifest things that I didn't want. Because when you focus on what you don't want, that's what you get. Because Source, God, the universe will only give you what you're thinking about. And if you have faith, you'll know that you're going to get it. So, I'm going to write a blog now about money, about how to start where you're at. And I thank you very much for watching my video. I keep looking away because I have my blinds open. I'm looking at birds flying around and stuff. So please apologize. I appreciate it. You have a beautiful day. This is Tara. Bye.